So there was a good views and comments coming from my latest video yesterday. I don't think it hurts sometimes to put up some issues. I'm not going political, it's just one-off things. But I like the exchange, even if you don't agree with me, as long as it's not so, not full of profanities. Because a healthy debate also an exercise of the intellect. It's raining again this morning, so hard, 6 o'clock. Now it's 8 o'clock, and you still can see the looming of the dark clouds. So I don't think they will be coming back, the backhoe operator and the forward and the dump truck. So you can see we are experiencing heavy rains once in a while. And that makes the backhoe and the dump truck harder for them to operate at this rate. So I'm not expecting them today, as you can see. So Junelle will be back in clearing out Old B's bar, and the two will be hauling sand and gravel. Since we have no backhoe operation today due to the weather, Junelle will be back to doing the removing the last pieces of tile here in Obi's bar. Like what he's doing right now, he's clearing out what he done yesterday. It is very dusty, but what can we do? Things has to be done. Then after he's taken out all the tiles, he will level out the floor to make it smooth and even. So any bumps has to be chipped off and then be filled with a leveling compound that he's gonna do after. So here in my intended workshop place, that's where I filed the sand and gravel. Old Lito Andaloy has been hauling this from the river. So you can see these are the sand, and the one here in the corner is from the sifted sand that we use in rendering the budget bungalow. So this is a sifted sand that I have then taken from the budget bungalow place before the old man starts using it to whatever he thinks that he will do around the place, his pathways or his daughter's house, because that's the sort of thing that he does. I'm surprised that he don't even insist on having a little bit of digging done around his place, the land is left with him. So the horizon starts to darken again. We can't do anything, so I have the Old Lito and the Loy still hauling sand and gravel in from the river. So this is the one that they've done yesterday. They have two. So we still get it at 450 pesos per multi-cab, and this is what it's create. This is like a multi-cab has 45 sacks of sand and gravel. So it cost me about 10 pesos per sack. Sack, I mean the mix, the measure of the sack that we do for mixing of the gravel and cement. Because you buy that sack in the shops, the hardware shop, it costs 25 pesos per sack. Some even charge you 30-40 pesos, so it depends on what shop you buy the sand and gravel from. So I'm going back down to check on my road project to see if indeed the backhoe operator and the mini dump truck operator is not there. But I know it is, but I just want to have a look if there's nobody done anything like playing with the backhoe while it's there standby. And I think this is the familiar walk I do every morning. I could see the sunlight up, but I could also see from my balcony the clouds coming from Mactan area. So there's no hope even if you can see the sunlight. There's my two dogs, Bantay and Bruce Lee. And you can see that the people that live like 6 kilometers up the hill still been lifting their blocks, walking, just carrying 2 or 3 blocks at a time. And that's a hard thing if you're living so far and there's no roads going up, because as you can see it's going up the hill on this side, and all they do is by put fat. So here there's no action because of the weather. I could see that the amount of earth start to flatten out because of that. Bantay, get out. Bantay, out. You get down out from the road. So the backhoe still remains here. No action done. The weather, like you can see, very dark and gloomy, although there's a bit of sunlight, but it's not reliable because the typhoon is still going on. You can see how muddy it is now. I'll just stay here because it is very muddy. I might slip. So that's what we are for now. At least we have a wet day job aligned by Old B with his bungalow. But once the weather's nicer, we will be back in action. Then Old B's bar can wait, because that will be another wet day job. Then because of the dust, I have to disinfect my kitchen for the whole weekend again, change all the curtains, clean up, wipe out all the dust, because it can't be helped. It comes through my kitchen. Even if you cover it up, it still seeps through. But I got my work cut out for Saturday and Sunday. So this is the view that you can see from the road now. Main road going through towards the new road. Swing in, 5 meters wide, going down. This is the area that I need to sort next after the Junelle will be done with the bar, the renovation that Old B wants it. He's taking the last few pieces of tiles. I could hear it, and the grinder going on. But this is very windy here. You can see all my mangoes are been wrapped now. It's been fruiting. So that's one thing that you can, if your land have mangoes, I do not spray it myself. Someone else sprays it for me, and I have to share as landowner. Look at this. That's how they do it still here. And that's the view. That's my balcony over there. You can see the sunlight, but you can also see the dark clouds coming from Mactan Island. Going through Cebu. Going to Cebu here. Look, it's coming. So that sunlight cannot be relied on that it will be hot all day today. But hopefully tomorrow. But then again, I don't have work tomorrow. Saturdays I don't have work, because that's my filming day. But I think if the backhoe will operate tomorrow, we have no choice but to work. Junelle has to come back. Another lemon tree is growing here. I put a lot of lemon trees around my house because it also prevents mosquitoes. They don't like the smell of the citrus. So that's why I always have fresh lemons, fresh gingers, because we plant it all around. Like you can see here, you think this is a weed. This is not a weed. It's actually called sangig. And when you mix it with your chicken soup, it's got that gingery. This one, it's got a gingery, nice smell. Like, I don't know what's the English of this spice, but it's really smell nice. And we got some peppers here. Start to fruit again. And then a lot of lemongrass. So when it comes to ginger, chilies, lemongrass, or malunggay, I just pick it up around my place. So there was a good views and comments coming from my latest video yesterday. I don't think it hurts sometimes to put up some issues. I'm not going political, it's just one-off things, but I like the exchange. Even if you don't agree with me, as long as it's not full of profanities, because a healthy debate also an exercise of the intellect. And so some points are I don't think it's answering the actual topic. They're going off tangent, but it's still a healthy debate as far as I'm concerned. When it's all within the compounds of intellectual debate, no profanities, even if you go off tangent. But a healthy debate is also one good thing to be featured in one's channel, because it sometimes break the monotony of some of the videos. It shows that your viewers are intellectuals. Your viewers have their own point of views that in certain subjects. I wonder what it's gonna be if I talk about global warming, or what they call it now, climate change. Because I don't know what's the debate, what is the point of view of different people. But that will come. But I will not be focusing on those kinds of things, political, world issues. It's only once in a while. So the sun is now diminishing. It's not so bright now. The dark clouds have reached its point. It's coming more and more faster now. So I could see it being blown. The wind is coming in. So it's gonna rain in a few minutes or even an hour. So I got this to clear out all of this here in my party area. You still got the bamboo benches. I want all the gravel around here, so they've been clearing this. And the materials will be around here, because it's very hard to monitor it when it's just left there and nobody's living there. So if you notice here on my walls, all my walls and outside are waterproof. This is the waterproof membrane that we mix, like just a handful of sand to make it a bit rough. And then I have it painted all over my external walls. And before I paint the white paint, we ran out of white paint. That's why we don't have it here. But yeah, this is my compound, my castle, as I call it. But I still got work to do in this area. There's always something to do. I still even have, when I dig my deep well, that's the dry riverbed that I'm telling you about, where people pump water from that. I did not stop them from pumping water from my river as long as I got the priority in pumping water. The trouble is, someone is claiming this. It's not in her title, it's on my title. But you know what wishful thinking and ignorance will do. She's claiming it because she wants the water. But you know, I sued her and it's still going on. But I know the title will always prevail because that's her style all around her property. There, you always got this neighbor that you know she knows everything. So all around, she's been transferring all the markers at the other side as well. And now she wants mine. She wants it here. Everything until to my gate, I think. No, she wants the 2 mango trees, the line of the mango trees. So she wants to claim the mango trees as well. Because if you see on my front, this one, and there's two more on the front, she wants to claim that. Even if it's not in their title. Her title is not even transferred to her name. They just inherited it. But, you know, you got people like that want to try it on. Don't worry, I got the title on my name. I got all the registration on the Bureau of Land that it's on my name. So hers is just wishful thinking because she's known to be the bully here and swindler. Anything to extract from the neighbors. Like some of the poor farmers are the ones that she victimized, buying their crops and not paying for it. That promised you them to buy it and then pay for it. I mean, some of the farmers are just tolerant on her attitude, and she's just been going on for years. And I come along and she wants to claim the 3 mango trees. She don't care about titles as far as she's concerned. If she says it's theirs, it's theirs. So I arrived here in SNR. I see there's a queue of shoppers, but not so long like it was during the lockdown the last time I was here before the ECQ. So I will be able to get my dog food. Hopefully they don't run out of stocks. So the queue is starting here. It's not so bad like it used to be here on the right side. So it's moving fast anyway, so it's not too bad. So you have to go on this side because it's really hot here. But still not too bad because last time I was there almost behind the building. But this time I'm near the entrance, so it's not so bad. But there's a lot of shoppers. I have to park in the end. I'm here inside the produce section and it's very cold in here in SNR. It's not a lot of stocks. Kiwi is 450 per kilo. Want to get apples for my daughter. I've done my shopping now in SNR. I'm glad I went there early because now the queue is really long. When I arrive, it's not that long, but when I get out, oh my god, they're almost reaching the back of the building. So I got my dog food. I bought a couple of sacks of dog food, then a few essentials that my family needs, the drinks. and also the chicken, because they are cheap with regards to chicken there. Chicken breast, like it's 260 in the main grocery per kilo, and there is only 223. But you're gonna have to buy it in bulk, like a minimum of a kilo or 1.5, something, whatever the package is. No choosing, it's the package that you have to, one pack you have to buy. So I can either be 1 kilo, 2 kilos, or 1.5. So I'm here passing through. This is Hernan Cortez Road, and you've seen that the only places open here is Mandawi Foam. So they're fully packed, but the rest, even the Japan Trade Center is not open, and the Granite Place is not open. So not all is open yet. So here the food places are all just takeout. Even the SNR is takeout. So I just pick up pizza as well. Save me from cooking, because I'll be cleaning up my kitchen because it's full of dust because of the work of Janelle's doing in Old Bee's Bar. So I'm crossing on the, I think I'm go by a Kabangkalan way, not through Banilad. I'll go straight to see how they done, what's open here. So there's the Cargo Hotel, a new one. It's made of containers. You know, a lot has been commenting on the container pricing that I made, because I myself find it so dear. Used container, because it's the in thing. Around here in the city, you got restaurants made of containers, houses made of containers. It's like a trend, and the merchants is selling this used dilapidated container are pushing up the price so much, because it seems like, because it's the trend, people are want to have a container, even though it's very hot. Like that 1.8 container house I've shown you, it's really hot. That's why they got big air cons in there, standing air cons. But because it's the trend, people wants to have it. But for me, I'm not a keen fan of container house because of the expense of insulation. Perhaps it may be nice in cold countries, but not here. It's very hot and you're having a container house. That's why I said you need to have proper insulation, because when I went to one, it's really hot. That's why I'm not really surprised that a lot find the container prices so expensive. So another place has been cleared here on the left side. So that one is another place that can have another apartment like this one, a group of apartments. So I'll just have to turn off because I'm going to turn left. I am now in Kabangkalan Road, going back to Talamban. This is the first time for a few months, like 3 months, April, May, 3 months. March is the first week of March, the last time I passed here. And we are just allowed now. But how come when we go in the front of AS Fortuna, we're still not allowed? I wonder why. But I went to the back road, which is like Cebu City towards Subang Dako. That road, because when I go in front of AS Fortuna going to SNR, they're asking me for certification from an employer. So no. So I've seen that merchants, the surplus centers are still closed. They're not opening. And even the Sendai Motors is somewhere here, which is the next one to building to be seen on the right side. Look at the 188 peso tricycles by Apay. They're not open, they're still closed. All the multi-cab centers here in this area, even the Suzuki bikes. Oh, gotta be careful. Just faster the one in my back, but okay. I'll just turn this off so I could be more on focus. You can see here that Janelle's almost finished leveling the whole floor. Get it ready for the wood flooring or the parquet, whatever Old B decides on this one. I know for sure he wants wood flooring to have the classier effect, and then some wood panels on the side and wood skirting boards. So this is what we done for this wet day of Friday. So you can see he's only got a corner left to do, and they're just having a break.